will be really changing the side though quite a lot for Saturday. It'd be for the younger players and the fringe players on Saturday, but then Burton and Wycombe for us are the two big games next week as well, closely followed by then Southampton, Bolton at home. So intense period, really good period in 3 different competitions, and we want to come out doing well, gaining confidence, obviously getting wins.
And how do you keep the players going, and what do you do in training when you have a week off? Because as you say, it is a big period of games coming up.
Yeah, we've enjoyed it. We've worked hard as well. It's helped us to, we think, get a few things straight, work on the training ground, particularly this week as we focus on to these games coming up, and make sure that everybody knows their jobs. And in a period of frustration where nobody can do anything about the games being called off, us to get into our rhythm and our routine hasn't been easy. But we've used it positively this week and worked hard on the training ground and got a lot of very good work in and good sessions.
And Leon Maloney was one of the fringe players who played in the Crawley game in the Leasing.com trophy. Do you feel like you've got a number of players in the academy who you're able to call on?
Yeah, I do, and I think they need to play as well. They need to, the likes of Maloney, Matt Casey, people like that, Joe Hancock, they need to be able to get a chance in front of a crowd to see, as Hadji did last year as well. Unfortunately he's injured, but they do need those chances and opportunities in the early rounds. We used it last year, it worked out well for us. We were both successful in the competition and blooded some youngsters, and I do think in the early part of this, against, let's say, some very good youngsters at Norwich that they will have, they need to play and to bring them on, to give them opportunities to see, out of, let's say, youth team football and reserve football, whether they can handle playing on the big stage.
We keep mentioning Ryan Williams and Ollie Hawkins have obviously had injuries. Are they likely to be given the call on Saturday at all? Are they available?
Yeah, they'll both be involved definitely, and whether they start or not. But yeah, they're fully fit and available and okay. For Ryan, we just we haven't got Marcus Harness around, so for Ryan it's a welcome back really on the wide right position. But yes, both fully fit and okay and available for selection for these games.
And Tom Naylor's obviously been given the captaincy.
Yeah, assessing the squad, the window is shut now. We do feel that a defender is needed to be club captain, and for Tom, I think it's the right time for him. Our defensive record was good last year, and he's a big part of that. And whether I use him as a central midfield player or a centre back, I think his leadership and his captaincy is the right time for him to take over. For Brett, he can concentrate on his form, on his goal scoring, on continuing that, making sure that he has some competition for the number 10 spot, but with the likes of Andy Cannons, who's had a good start, and Gareth Evans around. But Brett can get into the side and be a big player and contributor for us this year behind the number 9, and can go on runs of goals as well.
I'm sure you've been keeping an eye on the lads who are away on international duty as well. Obviously Ronan Curtis getting his first start, and Ross McCrory captaining the side as well. Yeah,
I watched the game, the Irish game the other night, and watched Ronan got the shot in for the first goal, which we know he can do, cutting in from the left, and he'll be buoyant by that win. And as you say, his first start, his third cap, it's great for him. Hopefully it lifts his confidence. I'm sure it will reflect now into a good run for Portsmouth. Ross McCrory played 2 games for the Scottish under-21s. He played at centre back in one game and then right back in the other, but he'll be itching to get back to his natural midfield position anyway, and continue to have a good season for us. For Craig McGivery, it was a supporting role for him. Didn't get any minutes, but first time he's been involved in the Scotland squad. He worked hard, but all 3 anyway will come back into the fold and are fully fit.
Just a word on Saturday's opposition. Obviously it's always a little bit different playing against an under-21 side, but after having this format of the competition for a while now, you must know what you need to do to get past them.
Yeah, it is, but also we've got to try to do what suits us, because there's no doubt that both Burton and Wycombe are bigger games than this. And this is a developmental game. We always want to win when we play, as we did last year. We were successful in it, but there's no doubt where my priorities lie in terms of the games coming up. If you're looking at the 7 days from Tuesday, there are big 7 days, followed then by Bolton at home. So we have to make sure that we get everybody ready. We give people games, opportunities for young players, but similarly through all of that, want to win.